Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe down below and go ahead and leave a comment on what you like to see so we can have some ideas. Sorry, I know I look there's so much pimples on my face. It's okay, but whatever, I don't care. But anyways, I am going to be talking about my 2 birth stories today. I did film this video like 2 seconds ago, but I didn't like the way I kept saying so I'm gonna try to fix that. And if it can't be fixed, then I'm gonna just post it. I do have 4 kids. 2 of them are my stepkids. They are kids from Sky's previous relationship. So Sophia and Sky are not biologically my kids, but Kira and Sarai are. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my birth stories with them. So the firstborn was Kira. She was born in 2018. So this was my first pregnancy. Oh my gosh, you're going with the We're going with the But she was my first pregnancy. I did not, when you have your first pregnancy, you do not know what to expect. You don't know what contractions are, all that stuff. Was I trying to get pregnant with her? Yes, I was trying to get pregnant with her. I didn't want a baby. So me and Sky got pregnant with Kira like finally after trying for like maybe like, I don't know how many months, maybe like 6, I don't know. But we did finally get pregnant with her. Like, you're in shock when you find out you're first pregnant. You're like, oh my gosh, like so crazy. But with Kira, I was working at the time, and oh my gosh, I was working at the time, so I was sick as well. So a lot of the time at work, I was freaking throwing up. With both my pregnancies, I was throwing up left and right. I felt nauseous the whole freaking time. But I would guess she was my easier pregnancy because I didn't have a lot of complications with her. But the day before I got into labor, I did start feeling, I don't know if it was called contractions. I didn't know what it felt like, you guys. I really didn't. I was feeling contractions, and it was going on and off, and it was just really weird. I used to walk to work, so when I was walking to work, I was feeling contractions. And the day I was in work, I had a meeting, and I was feeling contractions. I was like, what the heck? So it kind of went away during the day. It was on and off, and then my mom was like, dude, I think I better fly in, because she does live in California. I am from California. So she flew in maybe that night or the next day. The next day, I just didn't go to work because she was already here. Oh, she flew in. No, yeah, so the next day, I did not go to work. I just called my boss and was like, I already kind of let her know beforehand that I was feeling contractions, so I might not be in. Dude! The next day, I didn't go to work, and I went with my family. I went with my mom. I went to Kailua. We were walking around on and off like the whole day. Like my contractions were on, and sometimes they were getting stronger. And yeah, it was just weird. Like, it was just throughout the day. Every time we were walking, I was like, oh my god, I'm getting one. I was already 38 weeks now. Already 38 weeks. So after that night, I did go with my mom to my grandma's house, and we went to go eat Thai food. And I heard spicy food makes you go into labor, so I did eat something very spicy. I also did like a photo shoot before that, and I didn't want to do it at all, you guys. I didn't, because I just felt really ugly. Didn't feel good. Like, you just feel like crap when you're pregnant. And then so I didn't want to, but my auntie did convince me to do a photo shoot, so we did, and I'm kind of happy that we did. Yeah, so after that, we ate the dinner, and then I went home, and I was trying to go into labor. You know, you just gotta do what you gotta do. You know, that dude, you know, can you stop buying presents? You gotta do it. And after that, after the do happened, bro, 5 minutes later, started getting contractions. 5 minutes, it was 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. And every time it was on point, you guys, on freaking point. So what I did, I told Sky, we gotta go. Like, we got to go. So we did, and good thing we live close to the hospital. But yeah, it was like on point every time, every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes, it was on point. And so we got there, and it takes I wanted the epidural right away. I was only 3 centimeters. I was like, give me the epidural. And Scott didn't want me to take the epidural, but I took it. It takes a while to get the epidural, you guys. You don't get it right away. They have to do like a bunch of blood work and stuff like that. so it does take a while, but eventually they do transfer you to the bigger room, and I did get the epidural there, and I was so scared that I was gonna get a contraction while they're doing it, so I was like, oh my gosh, hurry up. After that, my contractions did start to slow down, I feel like, because I was in labor for 13 hours with Kira. Yeah, I didn't feel, honestly, I couldn't even move my legs, so I didn't feel nothing. I guess it's the downfall though. It's kind of scary that you can't move or whatever. So they did have to pop my water and stuff, and it was a long night. So my mom and Sky did switch out because Sky had to go pick up the kids, and honestly, I don't remember anything. I just remember everyone kind of being in the room, and there was a lot of people in the room, you guys. So many people. And like my aunties, my mom, Sky's mom, the Sophia, Sky, and everyone just watching me push. Like, it took me 30 minutes to push, and they're like, oh, she has so much hair, keep going, blah blah. And when she finally came out, it's just like a relief. But I couldn't cry. Like, I was so happy. It's like, dang, you're a mom now and stuff. Like, that's exactly what I was in my head. But when I was holding her, I was just like in awe, like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe I'm a mom. But I couldn't cry. I really couldn't. And I was just like, dang, that's crazy. Like, I honestly, when I had Kira, I was so in love with her. I didn't want to sleep, I didn't want to eat. Okay, wait, I didn't want to sleep, I didn't want to eat, I just wanted to look at her. Like, I would just want to like hold her and look at her. Like, I was so obsessed with her. I mean, I still am, but when she's a baby, I was so obsessed with her, and she was just like the cutest thing ever. And she was such a good baby and stuff like that. I did breastfeed Kira, like, she was exclusively breastfed. I did make a lot of milk during her, and when you get, what is it called, engorged, but that hurts. It hurts. It's like big bruised, it's like big rocks, like solid, and it's so painful. But after that, you have to kind of get used to being breastfeeding though, because it does hurt and stuff like that. It does hurt for at least 2 weeks, and then after that, it's just like nothing. They could pull your nipples all the way up to here and you won't care. But yeah, that was my first one. Honestly, Curious wasn't really that bad compared to Sarai's. So Sarai is now gonna be 2 this month, and she for her, we were not trying. Well, it just happened, and it was kind of like stressful in a way when we found out we're pregnant with her. I mean, when you do that stuff, you do have responsibilities to take care of, or you got consequences. So I mean, that was me and Sky's fault, but man, I'm just so lucky that I have my baby. I love her so much. But anyways, with her, I did have a lot of complications. I was really sick. Well, I also was sick with Kira, but I was really sick. I wasn't working at the time. I did take some blood work at first, and they did tell me that it was kind of off, and that she might have, I had like an extra 18th chromosome or something, and she might have trisomy 18. So they did have to do like stick a needle in my stomach to get some fluid out and test it. And thankfully she did not, and I was just so happy because I didn't know what I would have done in that situation. But after that was cleared, then you do take a gestational diabetes test at 28 weeks. So I took that test, and I did have to take it twice. I never thought anything of it. Had gestational diabetes. I was like, are you serious right now? That was really hard, you guys. You have to take your blood every time, and you really have to buckle down on what you eat. You can't eat anything. You can't eat no sweets. You can't eat no fast food. You can't eat nothing. You can't even eat white bread, like, honestly. And you have to count all your carbs, like, and you have to, it's like portion and stuff like that. So it was really hard, and it did take a toll on me because I was sick all the time, and it was just really hard. That's why for Sarai's pregnancy, I really didn't gain that much weight. Honestly, I looked like, if you didn't see me from the front, you wouldn't even tell that I was pregnant. I feel like if I had a dress, like, yeah, when I was in, like, they're like, dude, my face, like, it's just, I didn't look like this thing because I had gestational diabetes. But yeah, that was really hard on me. So Sarai's, I did go into labor on my own. I remember at night, Sky used to work night shift. I mean, he used to work overnight, so he just went to sleep maybe around 5 o'clock. Like, he was kissing us goodnight. I went to go lay on the couch and I heard like that, literally, like, I was like, what the heck is, I was not thinking anything of it because I heard it from my stomach, like I even felt it. I wasn't thinking anything of it, but then I started, like, it's like, you know when you get like discharge on your pants, like sometimes it's so much. That's exactly what it felt like. But when you think you're like, that's what I thought. I just thought I had a lot of discharge, but I went to go in the bathroom and like water started coming out, like not pouring, but like a little bit of water started coming out. I was like, what the heck, that's weird. And my pants were, I was like, I gotta change my pants. So I called I don't know, I just thought to call my mom, and I was like, you know what, like I'm getting this wet stuff. And she's like, dude, your water broke. I was like, really? Because you really think when your water breaks that a gush of water goes, but no, that was not the case. Like, I just kept leaking fluids a little bit. So now that, yeah, it was like little, she's like, dude, you gotta go to hospital now. And like, so I woke up Sky, he didn't even sleep, and we went to the hospital. We kind of cleaned a little bit, but then right when I got to the hospital, I started getting my contractions, and they wanted to wait till I got that fluid so that they know that it was my my water bag, and it was my water bag. So I was trying not to get the epidural because the contractions weren't too bad, like I was able to handle. But when I went to the big room, it started getting worse and worse. But before I got to the big room, they did take my blood sugar level, and it was really low, and they told me that I need to eat something. So I did eat a big meal before I started having all these contractions. It started getting really bad, and I couldn't even sleep. Like, I couldn't really handle it. Hold on. Die. But yeah, they made me eat a big meal, but the contractions started coming. I was trying really hard not to get the epidural, but I couldn't even sleep. Like, it was so painful, and they started getting longer and stronger, and it was just like, at one point I was like, I can't do this. I was like, honestly deep in already, and I was like, I can't do this and stuff like that. And then I don't remember how much I was dilated, because it kind of went fast, and then Sky's like, come on, you can do it. I was like, no, I cannot. Like, so I clicked the button telling them like I need the epidural, and so they came in a little bit later. Not a little bit later. It takes a while to get an epidural, like I said before. Man, it takes forever. But I got the epidural, and I kept feeling my contractions. So there's a button you press, and I pressed it again, and then it gives you more medicine, like the epidural. But then after that, you guys, I started feeling super dizzy, and like I started feeling like pale, like lightheaded, and it was like, I was like, is this in my head or what? No, but I started really feeling like I was getting pale, I was gonna pass out. And then the nurse, good thing the nurse was right there, because she just came in. I was like, you know, I don't feel good, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. She's like, really? She's like, did you click the button? I said, yeah. And she's like, okay, don't click the button anymore. I think it's because you're low blood sugar levels, and then you're getting the medicine. I was like, okay. So she did give me some water. Oh no, she put fluids in me. That's what she did. She put fluids in me so that I can get hydrated, stay hydrated, because that's probably why I forgot what they did. But then after that I felt better, and then I did fall asleep, and bro, I kept farting when I was sleeping. I kept waking up like, ooh, ooh. I was like, that was so embarrassing. But not too long after I got the epidural, I started feeling I needed to push. Like, it was like a constant, like, you gotta poop feeling. And I was like trying to hold it in, and at the very second I was like, hurry up, I was like, hurry up, I gotta push, seriously. And then she's like, you really can't hold it. And I was like, no, like, hurry up, I gotta thing. And oh frick, I forgot to tell, I really gotta push. And then so the doctor finally came in, and I started pushing, and not even like 5 minutes that Sarai came out. But she did come out with like a 20 sugar. It's like her sugar level was 20 or something like that, and it was really low. But they said they were so surprised because she didn't look limp. Like, when you have that low of blood sugar levels, that you look like you're just like limp. But she was like crying, and she looked like she was moving and everything, and she was pink. Usually they said they're kind of white, like they're kind of pale. But we couldn't get her sugar levels up or anything, so she did have to go to NICU. They tried their hardest, and I was kind of sad about that. But the nurse was like, it's okay, like, it's not your fault and stuff like that. So yeah, I couldn't cry with her either, you guys. I don't know, I just couldn't cry. But it's just like when the baby's out, you're like, oh my gosh, it's such a relief. And then you honestly, when the baby comes out, you don't feel sick anymore. Is that weird? Is that really weird? Like, you don't feel sick at all. I don't know if that's a mind thing, but yeah. So Sarai was in the NICU and she was there for a couple of days. I just had to keep going back and forth there, and they finally did get her out of there thanks to my auntie's friend who's a nurse. They actually started feeding her more, and that's how they got her blood sugar levels up. Don't do that, because I feel like she was so hungry because they weren't giving her enough like food or whatever, that she wasn't getting her blood sugars up. And because sometimes she'd be sucking on the pacifier so hard that she stopped breathing. So that's what they were telling me that. Put that back, please. And yeah, so
stop telling my mom. No.
I can't film this video with you guys.
No.
But I'm so happy I have my 2 babies. I'm so blessed, and I am tired. I gotta go pick up the kids, so I don't know if this video is all over the place. I might have to record this again. If not, then yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to go ahead and leave a comment on what you like to see, or you can leave on how your experience was. Get inscribed. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Check out our videos. If you want to follow my social media, it'll be all in the details. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.